Today is the 14th of April. The world is celebrating today as Equality Day because it marks the birth anniversary of Dr. Ambedkar. And Dr. Ambedkar was fondly called as Baba Saheb by his follower. As you already know that he was the chief architect of the Indian Constitution, and what can be a better day to remember the constitutional values on his birth anniversary? In this backdrop, we are going to discuss about the constitutional values related to the powers of president and governor. As Dr. Ambedkar used to say this, whatever and however constitution strong we have, if the implementation is faulty, it means that we do not have good constitution. Hello and welcome to the in-news series of Drishti IAS. I am Ritu and today's session is about what Supreme Court has directed to the President, and did it give a time that in which time period the President has to decide the assent to the bills. And this session is important for your GES 2 perspective. So let's move towards the discussion part. So before going to the further news, as you already know that we are going to discuss here about the Article 200 of the Indian Constitution, Article 201 of the Indian Constitution, what are the directive Supreme Court has given to the President as well as the Governor, what are the background of this particular landmark ruling, and then we are also going to discuss about that why such things and intervention by the Supreme Court is necessary, what is the implication of this particular judgment. So we are going to talk on to these things. Before that, we'll discuss the news. So what we have seen that Supreme Court has directed the President that the President has to give assent to any bills which has been referred by the governor of any state, and the time period the Supreme Court has said is 3 months. So within 3 months the President has to assent to the bills, and if the President is unable to assent any bill, then the President must give the reason that why there is a delay in the process. So this news which we are going to cover up in today's session, and amid all these discussion there will be also discussion on Article 201 of the Indian Constitution as well as Article 200 of the Indian Constitution. So let's move towards to the as you already know that this IAS has IAS Foundation course, and here we are going to talk about Drishti IAS Foundation course online, which is available on Drishti Learning app. So we have upgraded few features on the IAS Foundation online course, and we have generated few features which is AI based. So first feature is related to the AI summary. So based on your video content there will be a summary given and it will helpful in your quick revision. Then we have this AI quiz. So there will be automatically generated quiz related to your video content. So you will able to test your knowledge that whether you have understood the topic or not. Then we have this ask me a question features. Suppose that while reading and while studying you have got any kind of doubt or difficulty, so you can resolve your doubt by asking question there. So these are the features we have upgraded. Also we have offline courses available at various centers of Drishti IAS. Currently we have in Drishti IAS Noida. So if you want to enroll into the offline courses which is available in both the medium, Hindi medium and English medium, so you can call us on 87501 87501. So this is our calling number. Coming to the discussion part. So first of all we are going to discuss about that what is the Supreme Court judgment regarding this thing. So we'll also discuss the background, but in this case what Supreme Court had said that the President must assent any bills within 3 months of the given time period. And why this has been added? So this is for the first time such a specific time frame has been added because Article 201 of the Indian Constitution lacks it. So in order to ensure more transparency and accountability, such move has been taken by the Supreme Court of India. So this is the SC judgment regarding this thing. Now we are going to discuss about that what was the background of this case. So we had recently discussed about that how Supreme Court has given its landmark verdict on the Tamil Nadu case, and in the state of Tamil Nadu there were around 10 bills pending along with the governor, and the governor was not giving assent to those bills. and that has been reached to the Supreme Court, and Supreme Court has called that this is not the constitutional value and this is unconstitutional in nature. And one what you can say, the governor is constitutional head, not a political boss of any state. So if governor is withholding the assent without telling any reasons and without giving any time period, then it is what you can say violation of the constitution, and it is also the violation of the will of the people, because with the mandate of the people, state legislative assembly have been formed, and we can see that so many people have been elected in the state legislative assembly because people have given vote to them. So if we are not giving assent to such kind of the bills, we are cheating with the people. So such kind of decisions have been made, and in addition to that decision, the Supreme Court had also added provision for the president of the country that along with the specified time period given to the governor, the president also must assent to the bills within 3 months of the time. So this is the background of the case. So we had already discussed about this case. Now we are going to discuss about the Article 201 of the Constitution. So we have two articles here. One is Article 200 and another is Article 201 of the Constitution. So Article 200 is related to the governor's right on the assent of the bill. Similarly, we have this Article 201 in which it has been said that the governor has right to reserve any bill for the reconsideration of the president. So this has been written to the Article 201, which is related to the assent of the president. So it deals with the president's power to either grant or withhold assent to a bill referred by a state governor. So here if we'll talk about that, does Article 201 has time frame? So in original constitution we do not have any time frame given, a specified time frame given that we have to act within this time period of time, and that's why this has been arbitrarily used by the governors, and that has created a problem, that has created what you can say vacuum around the state functionaries. So that's why such addition has been done by the Supreme Court. So Supreme Court noted that there is a constitutional vacuum and stressed that this lack of deadline must not be interpreted as allowing unrestricted or indefinite inaction. So this is about Article 200 and Article 201 of the Indian Constitution. Now we are going to discuss about the court's reasoning and justification for deadline. So as you already know that SC bench comprising justices J.B. Pardiwala and R. Mahadevan cited previous recommendation, and these recommendation we have this Sarkaria Commission which was in 1983, then we have Panchi Commission 2007, and then we have specific guidelines by Ministry of Home Affairs 216. So these two commissions were basically formed in order to improve the center and state relation, and in this guideline they have given the guideline for the what you can say 3 months for the assent of the bill, so that what you can say nothing can be compromised and there will be the smooth functioning of the state and different kind of functionary which is associated with the government. So the Supreme Court has cited these kind of things and said that we have to also adopt such kind of guidelines in order to have smooth functioning, in order to bring more transparency, in order to bring more accountability in the governance system. So that's why Supreme Court has added this provision, and it has made what you can say president and governor more accountable, and it has promoted the cooperative federalism, quasi federalism. So this is about that what are the court's reasoning. So Supreme Court wanted that there should be the smooth functioning, transparency, accountability, and will of the people should be respected. Now we are going to discuss about the president must record reasons for delay. So while that in some circumstances there can be delay also, and maybe there can be incidences that president could not give assent within the given period of time, then why there is a delay, the president must address this thing. So this has been added in order to bring more transparency and accountability. So this has been thing, so it look more just. Then here we have that unlike what we have seen that in that case the Supreme Court had cited that the governor should not exercise absolute veto power by withholding assent on the bills. So similarly the president should also not exercise absolute veto over withholding the assent on the bill. So this is the thing, that even the president cannot exercise an absolute veto when it comes to the withholding the assent, and it should be based on the sound legal and policy grounds. So this provision is also applicable to the president. Now we are going to discuss on that what is the difference between the governor and president role here. So we have already given that the Supreme Court has given the guidelines for the governor also, and now the president also. So what is the difference here? Then what we have seen, that in any case when governor send any kind of bills to the state assembly for reconsideration, and state assembly passes it without any amendment, in that case the governor must assent to the bills. But such kind of mandatory thing is not bound on the president. So this is the difference between the governor and the president here. So here we can see that this is the difference. Now we are going to discuss on that courts can intervene in cases of delay. So here we can see that this is related to the governance, and in India judiciary has an independent status. So do courts have right to delay, and do courts have right to intervene into such kind of things? So the courts have right to intervene in such kind of things in order to bring more effective governance, and if there is a lacuna in the governance system, then it is the duty of the court that it should interfere, and it should make a what you can say conscious decision, so that we can promote and we can respect the mandate of the people. So what we have seen, that if the what you can say governor and president fail to act within a reasonable time, then it is a duty of the court that the court must intervene into such kind of a matter. So this opens the door for judicial oversight in protecting the legislative process from unnecessary executive delays. So here the court has right to intervene into such kind of the matter. Now we are going to discuss about that what are the implication of such kind of the judgment. So as you already know that India promotes the federalism. We have this cooperative federalism setup, and if we are reserving, if we are withholding assent on the bills which are necessity for the people and which are specifically designed for the welfare of the people, then we are what you can say violating the will of the people. So what we can see, that such kind of judicial oversight is needed when we see that when governor and president fail to act on the time. So here it teaches you the timely actions, and also no one is absolute in this country and no one can exercise absolute power. So everyone has a reasonable time period and reasonable restrictions. So we must exercise their power within that time period and or particular thing. Here also it comes to the question that what is the quasi-federalism and cooperative federalism we have. So cooperative federalism means that both center and states are working together with each other consigns. Also quasi-federalism means that we do have division of power between center and the states. But what we have seen that in the unitary form of governance, what we can see that in quasi-federal system, the unitary system, the central system overruled to the federal system. So here in case of India, we can see several instances, and that's why we can call it as a quasi-federal state. In case of president also, we can see that there is no foundation of the president, that president must withhold. So these kind of things promote the quasi-federalism, and it also brings more transparency. So the implication of such kind of judgment is that it brings more transparency, it teaches the value of timely action, and it brings more action. And here it shows that the democratic values are more important, the constitutional values are more important, and if the people have chosen any chose any mandate, in such situation the people mandate must be respected. Now we are going to discuss about the practice question for prelims. Which of the following commissions had recommended setting a timeline for presidential assent under Article 201? Sarkaria Commission, Panchi Commission, Venkatchelia Commission, National Commission to review the working of the Constitution. Select the correct answer using the code below. 1 and 2 only, 2 and 3 only, 1 and 4 only, 1, 2 and 4 only. So this is very easy one. You can easily answer into the comment section. I hope you like this session. If you have any queries later this session, kindly ask into the comment section. Thank you. Have a nice day.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.